Hello, welcome to the Sideliners. I'm Lainey.
And I'm Annalise.
I am Sawyer.
And this is a podcast where two girls try their best and talk about sports.
We're going to be bringing you the latest news and professional sports and some college sports, and we're going to try our best to get it out there.
It's going to be great.
Cue the music! We're going to start out with an NHL season overview. We got the Winnipeg Jets making history by winning 15 out of their first 16 games.
Woo.
They're still in it for the lead for the most points in the league behind the Capitals at 69, having 65 points.
Very nice. And Ovechkin comes back after breaking his leg to continue chasing down Gretzky's all-time record. He's currently only 20 points away from tying that record.
How long ago did he break his leg?
It was in November, December.
Dang, he's already back? Wow. The LA Kings are having to postpone some games due to fires. Our hearts are going out to all the families and players and just people affected by those fires. And we're hoping that they can get some relief there soon.
On some other news, the Red Wings are playing very underwhelmingly, even with their stacked lineup this year.
Good luck with these names.
They have Vladimir Tarasenko, Patrick Kane, Dylan Larkin, Moritz Seider, and Alex DeBrunicat.
That was good.
Thank you. The Blues won in a shootout last night against a strong Golden Knights team in Vegas. Also, regarding the Blues, Tyler Tucker agreed to fight Liam O'Brien after the puck drop in the O-zone, but instead took a shot and scored as O'Brien was dropping the gloves. The next face-off they lost against the Mits immediately.
They dropped the mitts.
Okay, I'm really not... I don't know anything about...
Yeah. Immediately after the face-off, they just dropped the mitts.
Wait, what does it mean?
Huh? They lost the mitts. They dropped the mitts so they could
Fight?
Mhm.
Oh, so they could fight?
Yeah.
Oh, like
Drop your gloves.
bam, bam.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
like,
fight, like
like
fight.
fist fight.
oh, so like they got mad and so they like threw
Yeah.
down their
the
gloves and had a
gloves.
temper tantrum?
No, yeah, like the whole situation. Liam O'Brien asked Tucker to fight, so they were not
Like
Yeah,
they
so
asked
just like, hey,
permission.
bro.
Hey, can I fight
Can
you?
we
No,
fight?
basically.
Fighting's a
Not really.
staple in hockey.
Are you
Yeah.
okay
Oh,
if
I
I
know.
hit you?
Hey, do you consent to me punching you in the face? as
Okay,
hard as you
So they agreed to
Anyway.
fight, and he didn't fight, and he scored a goal instead. So Liam O'Brien was very mad
Oh,
about
And then
that.
they fought anyway.
Because he wasn't
Okay.
playing defense; he was fighting.
I guess on that note, we'll move on to the NBA. Cue the music!
All right, moving on to the NBA. Currently, we're on week 13 of the NBA regular season. This season, Indiana's very own Pacers, which started out not so hot, have very much improved and are now 5th in the Eastern Conference with a record of 24-19.
Ow, ow.
Go Indiana basketball. Number 0, Tyrese Halliburton, is 5th in the league for assists per game with 8.8, and number 33, Miles Turner, is 4th in the league with 4 blocks per game. So that's exciting.
Very exciting.
Very good. On other news besides Indiana, the Warriors lost their worst home game in the Kerr era on January 20th. It was 125-85.
Ouch.
Yeah. So hopefully they can get back on track from that. And this past Tuesday, there was a highly anticipated Trailblazers versus Miami Heat game. This is the third game with Jimmy Butler back on the team, so
Good for them.
yeah.
And this week's Week 13 Players of the Week are Milwaukee Bucks forward Giannis Antetokounmpo and
Giannis.
Houston Rockets guard Jalen Green.
Is it Giannis or Giannis?
I'm going
I
with
think
Giannis.
I think it's Giannis.
You think it's
I don't know.
Giannis?
Yeah.
Giannis. Sorry, Giannis. And Minnesota Timberwolves guard Dante.
DiVincenzo.
Yep, that one.
DiVincenzo.
Is indefinitely out of the season following a left big toe injury at the Denver Nuggets game on January
left big
5th.
Left
toe
big
injury.
toe.
Yeah, so hearts
season?
out to his left great toe. I really,
That's so unfortunate.
yeah, I was reading about this and I did shed a tear for that big toe.
Sorry.
It's very tragic.
About the whole season for a bit. Whatever.
Sorry, Dante. Sorry, Dante.
Hearts out to your toe.
Anyway.
Moving on. we have some really big games coming up this week in Paris.
Paris.
Paris. San Antonio center Victor Wembanyama. Oh yeah, that's totally right. I got that.
That's so good. Good job.
He gets to return to his home country. He's actually a French native. And then Indiana's Tyrese Halliburton gets to actually go back to Paris. He was on the Paris Olympics
He won gold.
USA basketball team this summer. And
So he's back in Paris.
back in Paris.
Back to back. Oui, oui.
We moving on.
All right, and last but certainly not least, the thing America really cares about, we're going to talk about the NFL. Football. Okay, going back a bit, I'm going to talk about the wild card games, which were the weekend of the 12th. We think the two notable wins would have been the Rams over the Vikings, which was kind of a big deal because the Rams actually were not playing in LA. They were playing they played at where were they? State Farm, the Cardinals Stadium. The Arizona Cardinals sent their private jets all the way to LA to get the Rams coaches and players and all their families so they could go play their wild card game against the Vikings in Arizona. And they actually won. So
That's really cool, actually.
yeah, that was cool. And then the Commanders won over the Buccaneers, which the Commanders were the only visiting team to win a wild card game. So that's interesting. And I'm going to quote my dad on this one. He was like, "This is old news, but it's not as old as the Commanders' last playoff win, which was 20 years ago."
Ouch. Sick burn, JD.
A little more recently, we got the divisional rounds. We had the Texans versus the Chiefs on Saturday. The Chiefs actually got the bye for the wild card games, and they got to play at home.
Side note, Annalise spelled by B-Y-E.
Okay.
That's how you spell it, I think, right?
No.
That is definitely how you spell it.
I think so.
I looked
The
it up.
bye?
I looked
Bye
it
week?
up.
For the bye week, it's BYE.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you were
Yeah.
talking about, like,
Chiefs got the bye week for the wild card games and got to play at home. So we got a whole week off to rest while everybody else had to play. Patrick and Brittany Mahomes actually had a baby during that week. You know what they named it?
woo! What?
Golden.
Oh, Lord.
I'm just the youngest
I-
daughter. Her name is Golden.
What is
Imagine
up
if your younger sibling was named
with
Golden.
celebrities and their names?
It's Sterling, the
Bronze.
yeah,
And then
Golden.
Golden.
They have a daughter, a son, and a new daughter. It's Sterling, Bronze, and Golden.
Interesting.
So-
I mean, like,
It's like a
cool,
ranking
I
system.
guess.
But it sounds like
Like what?
it's like they're ranking them.
I don't think they're
one
ranking them, but
Maybe.
Chiefs pulled out a win, 23-14. We had touchdowns by Kelsey and Hunt, and then 3 field goals. Now I'm going to talk about what really matters. Taylor was indeed there, along with Caitlin Clark, who is a Chiefs fan.
Can you guys hear my eye roll?
Okay, was invited by Taylor at one of her indie Eras concerts. And this is tea. Taylor kept gloves on the whole time she was there.
It was cold.
That nobody else in the box had gloves on.
Okay.
What?
She had gloves
Why
on the
is
whole
this
time.
relevant?
Because there might be a ring under there. This is an engagement conspiracy theory.
Is there really?
It is. And I'm here for
Wow.
it. I am here for
Good
it.
for her.
Anyway, I know you guys.
Anybody see a bump?
I don't know.
Is there a rock under there?
I-
If you couldn't see it, it's not big enough.
All the guys are rolling their eyes right now watching this, so we'll move on. With this win, the Chiefs are now headed to their 7th straight AFC Championship game, and this is kind of interesting. Patrick Mahomes has actually never lost a divisional game. So,
Wait, did they win?
yeah, have you been listening?
Oh, I thought we had moved on. I apologize.
They won 23-14.
Good job, Patrick.
Okay. The next game on Saturday was the Commanders versus the Lions. This was actually a bit of an upset. The Commanders did win 45-31, taking down the number 1 seed. The Lions, this was the problem. The Lions had 5 turnovers, and Washington was able to capitalize. They had 4 interceptions and 1 fumble recovery. The last time, so they won again, the last time the Commanders made it to the conference champs was 1991. So
Shout out to all the old people. Booyah!
great season for the Washington Commanders. You want to talk about the Rams and Eagles? You want me to?
I'll talk about the Rams and Eagles. Okay, so this game happened on Sunday. Apparently there was really heavy snow.
Really heavy. Yeah.
Interesting. So the Eagles actually won 28-22. And they won with only 65 passing yards. And Elise, would you like to elaborate on what that means for those of us
It means
who don't
when
know?
they threw the ball, it went 65 yards, like combined, right?
Yeah, time.
Each time they
Plus.
threw the ball, like the yards, they combined it.
For the whole game?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
And
That's
it's not
really short, no?
Yeah, exactly.
That's a very low number.
But they had 285 rushing yards, which
is
means
a lot.
when they were running the ball, they were on the ground running
Okay,
it.
so they were doing a lot of running and not a lot of throwing.
Precisely.
But they still won.
Yes.
So, slay.
Yep.
So Saquon Barkley,
Saquon.
whatever. He had 26 carries, 205. Oh my God, he really is carrying. Holy moly. 205 yards and 2 touchdowns. Matthew Stafford had a standout performance, but he could not win alone. He had 324 passing. What in the world? Passing yards, 97 of which going to. Somebody else.
Sorry?
Nakua.
Nakua. Matthew Stafford is the Rams quarterback, if you were wondering, Lenny.
Yay.
Okay. Second game on Sunday was the Ravens and the Bills, also snowing. Not as hard as the Rams and the Eagles game, though. The Bills won 27-25.
Barn burner.
The Ravens fell twice on a 2-point conversion. It was early in the game and late in the game, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And they couldn't.
They would have tied it at the end of the game, but they did not.
Yeah. The Bills had 0 passing touchdowns.
Boo.
They had 3 rushing touchdowns, including Allen's. I guess, did Allen have 2 of them?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, and 1 defensive touchdown. So next week, the Bills will play the Chiefs in the AFC Championship, and the Eagles will play the Commanders for the NFC Championship.
Speed round.
Okay. Even though the NFL weekend ended on Sunday, obviously, football was still going on Monday with the college football playoff championship game.
Well, actually, not woo woo. It really sucked.
That was a very anticipated game for a lot, especially a lot of our very own Indianians.
Indianians.
Hoosiers? Oh, yeah. It was played Monday, obviously, in Atlanta. We had Notre Dame, ranked number 5, versus Ohio State, ranked number 6. The Buckeyes were 8.5 favorites going into the game, and they ended up winning 34-23. I know. Was Notre Dame ever really going to win? Let's be real.
I mean, no, but it is a little bit sad
So
to
he's
watch
shaking his
Indiana
head.
lose yet again.
Riley Leonard, did I say it? Leonard.
Leonard.
Okay. Worked really hard with Greathouse at his aid, but couldn't beat the Bucks. Darn. After the first drive, Riley Leonard puked after carrying the ball 9 times for 34 yards, including a rushing touchdown.
He puked.
Yeah, like,
He was like, "Hold on, everybody, pause. Let me throw up real quick."
Yeah, do you want the weight of a national championship on your shoulders?
I mean,
And he
no.
also ran the ball 9 times.
yeah, and he was getting hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is he okay?
Well,
Yeah,
he'll be fine.
He's chill. Yeah.
Yeah,
He plays football.
He's good. He played the rest of the game. That was at the very beginning of the game.
Oh.
All right, moving on. Standout players, we had Will Howard with 231 passing yards and 57 rushing yards and 2 passing touchdowns. The rest of Ohio State's yards were pretty much evenly spread out beyond the rest of the team. Riley Leonard had 255 passing yards, 2 passing yards, 40 rushing yards, and 1 rushing touchdown. And Jaden Greathouse had 128 yards on 6 receptions with 2 touchdowns. But
Ow.
in the end, it was Ohio State. All right, that's all we have for you today.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening. Did we ever say the name of our podcast?
Yes, we are the Sideliners.
We are the Sideliners.
This has been the Sideliners.
This has been the Sideline Podcast.
Thank you all.
Thank you for listening, and we will talk to you on the next one. Bye.